Hey guys, it's Matt from Total MTG here, and today we are battling with our Ice Fever deck. So if you haven't seen the deck, go and watch the deck tech. I will leave a link below. So we start off, we've got an Evolving Wilds, a couple of lands here. We've got a Fevered Vision as well, and a Tormenting Voice, so we will keep this. We can go and fetch for the red with the Evolving Wilds. Our opponent is deciding whether to mulligan to 5. So obviously I have no idea what we're playing here, but hopefully we can mill his deck away. Nice mono deck would be nice in our opening match. And there's another Fevered Visions. So not going to mess around. Let's go and fetch for our mountain. So we're going to be a bit slow here. We're not going to get anything out till turn 3, but that's usually the way with this deck. You know, we need hopefully some nice card draws now. Looks like we could be playing all green-white. Not good. But we'll see how we go. So we'll go with a Highland Lake. So we could definitely draw with, do with drawing our impulse here, just so we could ping that Hamware away before he flips. Because when he flips, he becomes a bit of a problem and swarms the board with loads of clerics. But obviously he's got to get 4 creatures on the board yet. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. So we can't do anything here, but we get a Fevered Visions down next turn. Really need to draw our Sphinx tutelage here. And comes in Silver for Partisan. 2/2. Whenever a wolf or werewolf you control becomes target an instant or sorcery spell, you put a 2/2 green ball. That's pretty sweet. That is pretty sweet. But we're going to go in here with Fevered Visions. Be nice to draw a thing in ice now, just so we can get some blockers. If we could. We're going to draw cards now at the end of turn. So we got a Tormenting Voice. Not the tutelage like we were hoping for. Ideally now we can hopefully draw some islands, so we can do the Engulfer Shore. We might even have to use it next turn, depending on what he puts down here. Could return it to his hand if he puts another 2. So he, oh no, he's got Dromoka's Command. So that is not good for us. So we'll definitely be using the Engulfing Shores in next turn, so we can get rid of that. But and trouble is, it's now a 3/3. So we're not going to hit that, but we could hit the other 2. And we're taking a bit of a beat down here. Didn't really want to play someone with enchantment removal in their deck, but so be it. What should we do? We could draw some cards there. Nothing brilliant what we can do at the moment, unfortunately. So we're going to have to pass the turn. We're on a bit of a beatdown with the green-white token decks. Could be green-white werewolf human. Seems a bit of a mixture at the moment, but he's got some strong cards there. So that is whenever it comes a target of an instant sorcery spell. So we don't really want to take 7 here. So we'll have to flip them back. With Engulf the Shore, we don't take all of them, but we take 2 of them away. And obviously a token won't go back to his hand. Unless he's got any way of pumping, then we could be in trouble. And then they come back. So we could definitely do with drawing another one here. We've got a thing in ice now. So we slowed the beatdown train a little bit. We could play our Fevered Visions here. At least we've got a blocker now. Steady the ship a little bit. Hopefully he hasn't got another Dromoka's in command. Oh, we'll draw another Fevered Visions just in case he does kill it. But it would have been nice to keep the other one on the field, because then we could have started pinging in 4 damage a turn. But we've got a thing in ice now, so you know we need some cheap spells. We've got land there. We just need to flip this as soon as we can. as long as he doesn't have any type of remover. Could be having Declaration in Stone or something like that. He's attacking in, so he could pump. Two. We could take 4. I'm going to take 4 because I don't want to lose this. Because if we lose that, it's practically game. He may not have had a pump spell. He might do. So we could do with another engulf. Would be nice. So we could actually play Crusher Tentacles here, which would be very good. Oh, we could have played it. I didn't need to play that land, but I think if I played the land, I wouldn't have been able to play it anyway. No, it would have been 5. So that is a bit of a pain. Would have been good to do that, but we didn't quite have enough land. So we need to try and draw into something. So we will discard that one, just in case we can draw a land, and then we can, you know, Magmatic Insight is obviously cheaper. We've got another thing in ice there, so we could put another blocker up. Or we could go Fever Visions again, but he is going to have a lot of power on board. So I'm thinking another thing in ice. And I'm going to save the Magic Insight till next turn if we get another turn, hopefully. Alhammarat's Archive, it doesn't really help us. It'd be nice if we could gain life, but it doesn't really help us. But we, you know, we've got Crusher Tentacles in hand, which would be nice to play. Obviously flips back all our own stuff, but it's only cheap to play. And it does slow our opponent down, depending on obviously what he does here. So that was not good, but we were going to flip it back. But you can't attack with that, so we can block 1. Take 2 damage. Do 2 damage to our opponent. So now we will play our Crusher Tentacles. It'd be nice if we could have flipped it, but we can't flip it. But we can draw 2 cards here. We got another land. We can cast this for its search cost, which is pretty sweet. We get a nice 8/8, which is pretty cool. I think we keep that as we are at the moment. So we slow down, and we've got a 2-turn clock now of an 8/8. Obviously, depending what he's got, he could have another Eerie Interlude or something like that anyway to get rid of this. But we're holding on, guys, against a good deck here. Is he not playing any of his creatures? Very strange. He's obviously got something he wants to do with my octopus. I am thinking, but we're not really milling our opponent yet, guys. We're having to go down a completely different route here, but it's still fun. But he didn't want to play that. So, what shall we do? We'll play a thing in ice. Let's start doing whatever we can. Obviously not flip it this turn. And we've got a mountain there. So, let's just see what he does anyway. He's obviously got some kind of combat trick against our octopus. If he hasn't, I don't know why he didn't play a creature. No, we've hit him for 8. Well, that's baffled me a little bit. So we'll put the Fevered Visions in play now. Because obviously he's got a lot of cards in hand and we can do damage. Gonna keep that mountain there for the Magmatic Insight. So he's flashed in. Perhaps that's what you want to do, is flash in a Pack Guardian. So we may have to sacrifice our thing in ice again by blocking. But we have got our opponent to 8, so he's going to have to leave 1 blocker unless he can kill me this turn. So we'll have to wait and see what he does. So I'm assuming he's going to attack in now, but we're going to have to block. And we're going to have to block the big one. We can't, you know, just in case he's got anything to pump. So he's got rid of our thing in ice. But he's got to play a creature here. Or he's got some kind of removal, maybe? He's got the hamware. And so, you know, what perfect draw now would be the Engulf the Shores. And we draw it on turn. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Engulf the Shores. See you later, guys. That was a perfect top draw for us. And we take down game 1, guys. Against a very good green-white deck. We didn't even have to mill him. We just took down everything else. So, we will bring in the negates. As I said in the deck tech, I always seem to get rid of these Alhammerats. Send to Sleep might be good. Fiery Impulse seems good. And so does Roast, to be honest. So, I'm going to get rid of Clash of Wills. And the Hydro Slash. Possibly 1 negate. Yeah, get rid of 1 negate. And that will be us. So we brought in a bit more control in this one. As we head for game 2. But I think he probably knows our sort of plan anyway. So he's going to have a lot, you know, he's got those Dromoka's Command, which really affects our, you know, milling route, really. But who needs it when you've got an 8/8 Octopus anyway? We took him down. Engulf the Shores was the perfect top draw, but we had a card draw to try and draw it anyway. So, let's see what he's doing. Well, he's obviously sideboarding a lot. Yeah, like I say, if you haven't seen a deck tech, I will leave the link below. You can make the deck online currently for around 19 tickets, which is pretty sweet. And you can make it in card form as well. I took the prices off SCG because most people go by SCG prices. And that was under $100. It was $90, I think, or $91. Which is very, very cheap for a standard deck these days. You know, they do... The top decks are going $500+, mainly because they all run Jace. Jace would probably be a great addition in this deck, but hey, we're not spending the money on Jace. The deck works just as fine as is, as we just saw, and we didn't even need the mill. So we've got 2 Thing in Ice, Fevered Visions. It got our great card, Engulf the Shore, which seems very good against him. So we're definitely going to keep this because we can play a turn 2 Thing in Ice, get some early blockers down. And we got a Fevered Visions. So we'll play the Mountain first because we've got a Fiery Impulse there as well. So which was a very, very nice draw for us. If he plays like a Hamweir now or Thalia's Lieutenant, anything like that. He's got a Lambolt. So that is one that we can't target yet, but it can't attack us, but it's a 3/3. When can it attack us then? Unless you control a creature with power 4 or greater. Okay, so he played 1 creature that we actually couldn't do anything about. So that's it. But we got our Thing in Ice down turn 2. But it can't attack us at the moment. Hopefully a player... Yeah, Thalia's Lieutenant. That's exactly what we wanted. As long as it doesn't get any bigger. As long as he hasn't got another creature to play. That'd be the perfect creature to get rid of. Because that is a handful. We'll let him attack with this though. You've got to be careful of the beatdown with that. Because that, you know, it is a big creature. So we will play... I don't cancel that off. Play that. Play another Thing in Ice just so we can get our tick off with that. Kill Thalia. Get 2 triggers. So we've got to be careful here because he obviously can attack with us now. And we're only on a, 4 turn clock. And we've not got much to flip the thing in horrors yet, so we may have to sacrifice one. And there's one of them gone already, which is a pain. And we need some mountains, but we're going to get some card draw with Fever Visions. We're obviously not going to block this. So we have another mountain. Could really do with some more islands, so we can flip that back. But we're going to draw a card here, something good. Another Engulf the Shores, not what we needed. Come on. We can't sacrifice the thing in ice yet. I mean, we may even have to use the Engulf the Shore just to help flip the thing in ice, which is obviously not what you want to do. We could do with a really cheap spell here. We could do with a Magmatic, would be brilliant. No spells are cast. So it becomes a 5/5. So that is becoming a problem. So let's draw 2 cards. And then discard a card. So we've got there. Magmatic will be brilliant. I think we're going to get rid of 1 Engulf the Shores. We will play that. Hopefully we get to play Negate next turn. But we're on a bit of a tightrope here. We get to draw a card. What do we draw? Something good, please. Oh, he's going to get rid of it, but we can negate. So as long as he hasn't got another one in hand, we're okay. And we can flip it next turn. We draw a land. Whee! Goes back down to a 4/4, so we're back and still on a 2-turn clock. We just need our thing in ice to last a turn. And then we can flip him. So, we need a bit of luck, guys. Can we get the luck we need? He can play as many creatures as he wants now. I don't care about them as long as they don't do any harm to us. We've done the 4 damage. We're going to do 2 damage. Hopefully he hasn't got a combat trick. So we have a roast, which is pretty sweet. So we can actually... Ooh, we're taking a bit of a chance here. I think it's probably safer to play the Engulfing Shore. Possibly. I might be wrong. Just so we can kill it next turn. So we can return it to his hand. We get to flip our creature. We're down to 4 life though. But we're going to put our opponent down to 9. So we're living on the edge. We get to draw a card. Thanks, sweet, please. Oh, another Engulf the Shore. So if he plays loads of little creatures now, that'd be good for us. Especially if we could draw an island next turn. What's he got? Oh, he's got the Hamweir, which is good because we can bounce that. He's got another 2-drop. Lambert. So we can kill that. If he's got nothing else, we could be in for the win. 2 damage. Boom. That's what we want. Oh, Fiery Impulse, even better. So we will Fiery Impulse that. Oh, what's he got? Support 2. So, I'm just going to put a counter on that and a counter on that. So I could send this back now. Although I should have Spell Mastery. So it's going to do 3 damage anyway. I know I can support 2 on that, so it's not going to be good enough. We're doing Engulf the Shores and send it back. And we'll just attack. He's got a block. So we're not going to kill him this turn, like we hoped. So we're going to draw again, and we draw a mountain. So we're still okay at the moment. Obviously, depending on what he plays down. We've got a roast to kill a creature. We're going to do 2 damage next turn. We can drop another Fevered Visions as well. But hopefully our Thing in Ice will stay on the board. But it's a very close game, this one. He's got a good deck. You know, lots of tricks. Lots of combat tricks. Oh, Status Snare. That's definitely done us a bit. So now we're going to have to kill him with the Fevered Visions, hopefully. We've got a roast to kill his creature. I'm assuming he can only play 1 creature this turn. He's playing... Is he playing? Playing none. It's a good first game. It's a good test for the deck, this one. Having to win a different way. Usually we're just milling everyone. I swear to you, it is a mill deck. But it's good to have other options in decks. You see what I mean? That if we don't get to mill, they've got enchantment removal, we can win other ways. Hopefully, you know, we took down game 1 a different way. Hopefully we can take this one down. Fevered Visions will be a good draw because we can draw. We'll be drawing 2 cards in, and we'll be doing 4 damage a turn. But obviously, we're only on 4 life ourselves, so you know we took a 1 there. So we will play that, and another Fevered Visions. We've got enough mana to bounce as well if we draw another Engulf the Shore off our 2 drawing cards, which would be nice. So here we go. We draw 2 cards. What do we get? Tormenting Voice and an Evolving Wild. So not the greatest, but we are going to do 4 damage at the end of his turn. We could definitely do with some more kill here, though. So that's big. That's a 5/5. But we've got roast as long as he stays a 5/5. But he's going to draw a card, which is going to make it bigger. It's going to do 6 damage. So we need some kind of... We need a creature to block. Because that is going to become big at the end of turn. We were so close to winning as well. Obviously, it depends what we draw here. But we're going to do 4 damage. But this is an absolutely brilliant game. It's very, very close. So we've got card draw and Tormented Voice. But we're going to need a bit of a miracle on the draw. He's got to discard, so it's going to make it go down, back down. Come on, what do we draw? Oh, that's not what we want. Let's draw that. Get rid of our Evolving Wilds. We need 2 good cards. Oh, we got an Engulf the Shore, but it's not enough because it's a 7. So, that is not what we need. I think we have lost this game. There's nothing we can do. His toughness is a lot greater than that. So... Sacrifice that, but little does he know that we can't do anything. We got him to 1 life. We'll probably draw the Thing in Ice now as a blocker. Magmatic Insight still wouldn't help us. But we will concede this game. It's 1-1. He took us down. We got him down to 1 life, but we're going to have to come back for a decider now. But that was such a close game. I'm going to bring in that extra negate. Engulf the Shores, I'm going to get rid of 1. What do I want to... I'm going to get rid of 1 roast to bring in Ascend to Sleep. I think... Because his creatures can get out of range of roast. So, I think we'll leave it like that. And go for the deciding game. Thought we were going to take that down 2-0. But his enchantment removal is a bit of a pain for us. But hopefully we will come back and beat him with a bit of mill this turn. Let's get the Sphinx's tutelage in play. Let's see what we go and do to him now. Come on. I'm ready. Prepare to be ice fevered. Come on. Taking his time here. But you can see, I mean, I hope you're enjoying this video. I mean, you can see how fun this deck is. It is competitive. You know, he's got some strong creatures in there. Tharlia's Lieutenant and stuff like that. Dramoka's Command. So we're going to go first. So what do we have? Sphinx's Tutelage, Fevered Visions. Keep, keep, keep. Definitely keep. So we will fetch with the Evolving Wilds for an island. And we will pass the turn. So as long as he doesn't get us on the early beatdown train with like little creatures, we'll be okay. So he's got another land in play. Nothing, so he hasn't got a fire thing there. Right, we've got Fiery Impulse, which is a good draw for us. In case he plays turn 2 Hamweir, turn 2 Tharlia's. As long as he doesn't play that one that's can't attack, that's a 3. Which is a bit of a problem. Yeah, he's played it. It's the one what we can't do anything about until we have Spell Mastery. But we're going to get down the Sphinx's Tutelage. So let's start to mill. Come on. We really don't want him to have a Dramoka's in hand. We've got 2 Fevered Visions in hand, so maybe we should have played the Fevered Visions first, just to draw it out and then leave the Sphinxes. Maybe I should have done that. We'll soon see if he's got a Dramoka's. No, he's got a Tharlia's Lieutenant. Good. But it does flip on that Lampholt. You know, that's a brilliant card, Lampholt Pacifist. Great card. And he's got all the enchantment removal in the world in his deck. So yeah, should have played the Fevered Visions first. Just to draw out that spell. But he could also have a Dramoka's in hand, of course. But we're not to know yet. But we can kill the Tharlia's Lieutenant again. So I want to play that land though. So I want to Fiery Impulse that. And then play Fevered Visions. But we're on a 4-turn clock already with that Lampholt. And drawing a land is good for the Magmatic Insight. So he's got another land in hand. We can't do anything about that. So he's got us down to 12. Is he going to play anything, or is he wary of a... Probably wary of Engulf the Shores. And it gives him a counter as well, which is, you know... So we have another Sphinx's Tutelage, which is nice. So we will play our Sphinx's Tutelage. And hopefully he hasn't got, but we're on such a short clock here, so he's got another, yeah, he's got all the removal in the world. But we do have a roast. We have a roast and another land. Unfortunately, this guy's got too much removal, enchantment removal, for us probably to kick off with the, you know, with milling, which means we need our other creatures, which is, you know, it's a bit of a problem because we haven't got the cards at the moment to flip, and he's got us down to 8 life. We've got him down to 16, so he's got that flipped again, and we will try and kill it with roast. Attempt to kill it with roast. If we can. So we draw a negate. So we will roast that. We got a negate in hand as well in case he tries to make it bigger or something. Don't really want to play the negate here. I'd rather, you know, obviously we prefer it die and then we can play another Feed Visions, but he's got something. So what's he got? Each creature controls a wolf or werewolf gets +1/1 and has trample. So we will negate that. But that is not what we want. So we could get, you know, don't really want to draw cards to get rid of the Fevered Visions. Maybe we should to try and draw something. But we're living on the edge again this game. We've got him 16, obviously, with the Fevered Visions, but we are going to struggle in this game. Unless we draw and engulf the shores. So he's played his enchantment, which means they're going to get bigger. But he's got nothing there, so we're going to do another 2 damage. And we have a negate. Oh, I didn't mean to play that land. Oh, we're going to have to go a different route now. I definitely don't want to get rid of negate. But we've got card draw with Fevered Visions out, and we can protect the Fevered Visions. We're going to draw 2 cards, and we're going to do 4 damage now. So 2 land. Well, thinning my deck. We're filling the deck, guys. Come on. The good thing is they're islands as well. So Engulf the Shores is getting better and better. Oh, has he got nothing? That's good for us. So we're going to hit him for 4 damage here. And we draw the Engulf the Shores. So I'm actually just going to keep playing as we are. Because, you know, we're doing 4 damage a turn. Protect it. Protect it with a negate. There's another Engulf the Shores as well, which is good. And we can fetch another island with Evolving Wilds. So we're not dead and buried yet. This is a very hard game for us, though. Very hard game. So he's got that. Even if it flips, we can get rid of it. So all we want is him to play all the creatures this turn. But I think he's wary because obviously if he plays it, he knows they could all get sent back. So we'll play another one of them. We will discard the Highland Lake. Draw 2 cards. We got a Sphinx's Tutelage, which we could play. So that's 1, 2, 3. So that leaves us 4 for the Engulf the Shores. So now we're going to disrupt even more now. And start to mill a bit. We're going to start to mill the first time in this match. So, what we need. You know, if he tries to kill our Fevered Visions, it could be a bit of a pain. And we win the match. He had no response. We took it down. Must admit, guys, I think we're in a very strong position there. We come back very well there. We had the negate in hand. And we had 2 Engulf the Shores just to flip his creatures back. We were going to start milling, 4 more damage. Yeah, we took it down. That was a very good match, first match, guys. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said before, I'll leave a deck tech link below, and you can go and check it out. And hopefully you'll all make this deck and start milling everyone online. Match 2 will be up soon, so watch out for that. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Cheers, guys.